Their two formation laps. It's a full grid of 35 drivers set to go. Actually, no, I'll tell a slight little lie there. We've got a couple of drivers missing that we'll get onto in a moment. But let's take you through the full grid then. Aaron Garcia starts on pole. Clement Lutron alongside on the front row. Both of them could still be on pole position for the final based on the results from the first heat. Dan Aleman as well has a good shot here from the inside of row number 2. He's joined by his teammates Elias Lehmann, Marc Granada and Alex Martinez form all Spanish row 3. Luna Claire and Ruben Moya will go side by side from row number 4 into turn 1. Matthias van der Kerkhoff and Gautier San Juan complete the top 10. It's Gabriel Stilp and Aaron Vader. Both of them have recovered brilliantly from tough qualifyings. They're on row 6. Likewise, Otto Pikkinen on the inside of row 7. Morgan Moore said to me this morning, it's going to be a good day for the Irishman. Starts on the outside from P14. Tarif Frekal and Neil Russell go from the next row, row 8. It's Bertram Saxer and Jugran. The last of those inside the top 36 overnight, they go from row 9. Here are your drivers who need big performances. Toby Gale starts P19. Hugues Piquion, the driver from Guadeloupe, starts inside the top 20. Julien Bertolini and Ellie Dax go from 11. Luke Taylor, Paco Samayanto, they're on row number 12. Max Ewell, Lars Vennick, they're on 13. Adam Albacioni and Noel Sundberg go from 14. Sjoerd de Vries will be on their own on row 15. Noka Michael Muller in this race after an incident yesterday. Good hopes for Michael to be back on the grid soon. Nicola Giuseppe Reno and Emil Bratton go from row 16. Christian Fuente and Dylan Patel are the last drivers on the grid on row 17. No Adrian Canal. Adrian wanted to race today, but was not cleared by the doctors at the hospital after his incident yesterday. We wish Adrian all the best and hopes he's on the grid very, very soon. We're going to go around again. That is waved off. The race does not start, and we will go for an extra formation lap. So if you're just joining us, X30 Senior Superheat number 2. Scores look like this at the moment. 201 for Lloyd, 192 for Caronini, 174 apiece for Baraska and Gonzalez. Machado 156, Rivals 152, Leodakis 136 and Byrne 133. They've all raced. They are all done. So it's a question of what can this set of drivers do in this race to elevate themselves up the order. Well, Aaron Garcia currently stands on 130 points overnight. So doing the maths there, he would need, what is that, 71 points to take the lead. So third would do it. Third would get him back ahead of Freddie Lloyd. And obviously everybody else. Alaman's in a good position as well for points going into this one. Utron. That could actually be the best news, I think, for the likes of Freddie Lloyd and Danny Caronini, that because it's so up in the air, those three drivers are going to race really hard in this one. And things could happen as a result of that. We're about to find out. 14 laps ahead of us here in X30 Senior for Superheat number 2. Through the tram lines, lights are out. We're racing once again here in Franciacorta. Good start for Aaron Garcia. Good start for Dan Aleman as well. Relatively calmly down into turns 2 and 3. Can they all make it through? That's looking good. Beautiful. And it's a good start. Oh, no, it's not for two drivers at the back. Spoke too soon there. But Aaron Garcia got a good start there, Guillaume, breaking away from the rest of the field. Oh, and the 203, by the look of it, is having a bit of a trouble. Yeah, this is Ruben Moya, unfortunately, from PB Card. It just went wide, but a little bit too much outside of turn number 5. We might need to see that again for the Spaniard, unfortunately, as another Spaniard, Aaron Garcia, is leading the way from pole position into that opening lap. Pretty much a pretty good getaway for most of the drivers, except for 3, unfortunately. On that race, where, as you put it, we're missing 2 drivers in Michael Muller and Adrian Canal. Some of them trying to find the ideal racing line outside of that hotel hairpin as they come across. Aaron Garcia, Dan Halleman, Elias Lehmann, Clement Autran, Granada, Martinez and the rest. From the outside goes Alex Martinez, beautifully made on Marc Granada and taking Luna Claire with him by the look of it. Yes, indeed. 2 positions lost, I'm afraid, for Marc Granada from 5th to 7th by the look of it. Yes, indeed. Claire up a place. Those drivers putting themselves in a prime position. There's no need, there's no time to lose, definitely, as you might expect. Here's the change for the overall classification after the Superheat with Aaron Garcia. If he stays where he is, he would pick up the points for the championship and the
pole position coming for the final. That was expected. Now all he needs to do is to stay where he is and run inside for P3. Clément Autran, Elias Aleman, kind of Frenchman, make it stick on the outside to driver, certainly putting 2 wheels onto the grass by the look of it. But I do think that Clément Autran just made it through. Yes, indeed. Autran up into P3.
Good work there from Clément Autran, who's looking to get his championship going in a good and proper way here today. Matthias van der Kerkhoff is one of many drivers. As you know, Matthias isn't on new tyres. It's probably easy to say who isn't on new tyres in this this race. The top 4 rows, Garcia, Autran, Aleman, Lehmann, Granada, Martinez, Claret and Moyer, they're all on used rubber. Van der Kerkhoff is as well. Vrede, Morgan, Moore and Neil Russell are as well. Everybody else has got at least 2 new tyres, and pretty much everyone who started in the second. Whoa, there's 2 drivers wildly off the road out of turn number 12. The 211 of Morgan Moore was one of them. Oh dear, that's not a change. Ruben Moore, as we mentioned, has gone down the order. I think he was trying to fight his way back up, but has now found himself back down to 30th place. I think Ruben will be okay. He's got a good margin over that cut-off point. But he will not want a repeat of what happened here 2 years ago, where he missed the final. He was very strong in the last 2 events of the year. Arguably, though, it was here where he lost his championship bid. This is the move down the inside for the race lead, sorry. So Dan Aleman went through there, and then in the background, Morgan Moore having that moment couldn't quite make out who the other driver was. It may well have been Ruben Moyer, because we mentioned that he was falling back down the order again. So, change of lead. Dan Aleman takes the race lead. Here's Clément Autran down the inside of Aaron Garcia for second place. Through goes the Frenchman. Gains a position. How is that going to shake things up in the points? Well, at the moment, Dan Aleman is now on for pole position in the final. Dan Aleman with this race lead now has hopped ahead of Freddie Lloyd and now hopped ahead of Aaron Garcia, because Garcia's lost second place. Down the inside, there's a nice move. It's the 242 of Gabriel Stilp. Fighting through is Gabriel Stilp, full crop promotion, up to P6, the former IWF champion, moving past Luna Claret there. Need to keep an eye on Bertram Saxer as well. The Danish driver for premium karting is one of those on a fresh set of tyres on all 4 corners. Saxer is flying. He's the fastest driver on the road. He's just got past Luna Claret. Bertram Saxer here and there he is, right on cue in the red helmet, down the inside, gets past Gabe Stilp. I think Saxon's going to be a real problem here for these top drivers. We've got a long way to go in this race, Guillaume. We're only on lap 6, and already the fresh tyre users are up into the top 6.
And Clément Autran, in the meantime, just took first position from Dan Aleman. Oh, a bit of defensive driving. Aaron Garcia gets that door wide open and takes Martinez with him. Lehmann, no, Dan Aleman is able to hold on to that 3rd place, but Aaron Garcia and Alex Martinez, the 2 Spaniards, just made it through past Dan Aleman. Well, the former leader is going to have to do it all over again, and at Madalo, a bit of a breather for Clément Autran, pulling a bit of a gap, just a few meters, not so much more, as we hit almost halfway through that superheat, the last one before the final, so there's no room for mistake. Dan Aleman dives through and takes that 3rd position back from Alex Martinez into the halted hairpin. But what a switch, an unexpected switch in the lead at some point for Dan Aleman, who got himself in on top of that classification. All he needs to do now is to keep on going. Aaron Garcia is just in front of him. That could give you the advantage. As you mentioned, Bertram Sach on fresh boost. Around the inside goes Garcia. Another switch for the lead. We're not done yet in turn number 5. Quick look over the shoulder for Aaron Garcia. He started this race on pole and he wants to finish it ahead as well of the pack, but always easier said than done. Clément Autran finds himself in the best position that he has been this weekend. 7th in the championship for the Frenchman. Not so happy is this driver, unfortunately. Let's try to identify who that is at the back end. Sieur de Vries, unfortunately, from MCK Racing, outside of the racing lines. We didn't get to see just yet what happened to him, but that might mean DNF, unfortunately.
Apologies, I think it was Adam Albastioni, because Adam Albastioni is just falling down the order, will be out of this weekend. This is a good race. Wow. This is the best X30 senior race that we've been seeing so far, but keep an eye on the driver in 4th place there, because he's on fresh rubber and has got, look at this out of here, look at the grip advantage that Saxer's got there, just able to hold that tighter line. Takes 3rd place away from Alex Martinez. Dan Aleman's got to keep it cool here. He's not out of this race. He's worked on his mental side of his racing a lot over the last couple of years. A lot can happen between now and the end of this race. We've still got a good while. We've still got the nearly half of this race still remaining. There's a point forward from Saxa. He's going to throw it down the inside, lean on those fresh tyres through turn 13, takes second place away from Clément Lutron. Alex Martinez follows through as well. End of lap number 8. Aaron Garcia leads. Bertrand Saxa on the fresh tyres is up 15 places in this race and could well catch Garcia here, and there'd be nothing that the Spaniard could do. That's good positioning from Dan Alleman. Clément Lutron opens the door and he's going to lose a good number of positions here. He's going to get, relegated out the way, down past Stilt, past Lehman as well, down to 7th place. Who else is moving up? Neil Russell's giving this a good go as well. Neil Russell, oh dear, it's Luna Claret out of this race. She retires, scored her first points of the season yesterday, but may well be down the order. It's here for the race lead. Bertrand Saxa takes the lead away from Aaron Garcia. We've said it's going to happen for the last couple of laps. Brilliant, efficient work from Bertrand Saxa has got him into this position now of leading this one. Aaron Garcia, as strong as he is, as talented as he is, I don't think he's going to be able to take the fight to Saxa. Look again, it's turn 5. It's this part of the circuit here, the corner dense part of the circuit. Saxa with those new tyres is quite simply just able to take every corner, every apex that little bit tighter, carry more speed. Everybody else is in that management phase of the tyres, having not changed from what they ran with yesterday. Under investigation is Renault for potentially causing a collision. We'll leave that one to the race officials. End of another lap here, Guillaume. Gotta say, this is a really impressive run from Bertrand Saxa. I know, yes, he's got the tyre advantage, but you've still got to drive the thing. You've still got to pilot it. And round this circuit where it's so easy to make a mistake, have an incident, get yourself in trouble, and we saw plenty of that yesterday, to move up 16 places in a superheat, that is impressive.
That is impressive indeed, and that was now or never for Bertrand Saxa, because he was entering that superheat in 34th position. Remember that only the 36th best get to make it to the final, so it was on the verge of potential elimination, Bertrand Saxa. Hence, this strategy of putting a full new set and to go for the attack, 17 places gain at this level. This is a top-of-the-notch kind of drive. And if he can make it to the finish in P1, certainly a performance to be remembered for long. As round the inside, one of the key BKs further down. This is Zariev Reykal, might have been from TRM, making his way past Elias. Yes, indeed, Elias Lehmann dropping a place down to 9. As the 2 of 42 for Coq Promotion. Gabriel Stilt and Alex Martinez. Gabriel Stilt, half a new set of tires for the two-time IWF winner. Let's take another look back. Aaron Garcia, that was interesting. Look over the shoulder, gesturing to Bertrand Saxa that he finds himself for the first time battling in front with him. So he says, okay, now I'll leave you at it. You are the P1. You are the one leading me to that result that I need. There's certainly no need to fight, but as much as we can move forward and work together to keep that gap open on Dan Alleman, all will be good. But now, that being said, Dan is only half of a second behind.
Oh, down the inside there. That's Gautier San Juan going for a move. This is in the battle for 6th place. Apologies, 5th place, because they've got past Gabriel Stilpin in recent moments. Now, the question may well be there for some people watching at home. Well, Aaron Garcia is pointing forward, but Bertrand Saxa is not turning his head, so why make that gesture? I think half of that for Garcia is, oh, that's a big send from Gabriel Stilp down the inside up to 7th place. That's Aaron Garcia communicating to Saxa's team, to his mechanic, to say, hey, I'm going to help your boy here. I'm not going to overtake. That message can then be relayed to the Danish driver the next time round. Having said that, Dan Alleman is getting involved here. Dan Alleman can still make up a few positions. Meanwhile, here is the battle for 5th place. Zariev Reykal trying to get down the inside. In comes Clément Lutron again. Back up to P8. Last lap board is out. This race is not done. Bertrand Saxa hasn't pulled away from Aaron Garcia. Is this once again Aaron Garcia looking to break the laws of physics? He did this in qualifying at the IAME Winter Cup, where he broke all predictions. He just has such raw ability. The scary thing, I think, for the rest of this X30 senior field is that our reigning champion, I think, has actually got a good couple of degrees better than he was this time 12 months ago. he is giving this title defence a really good go. Right now, he would be on pole position for the final later today. Doesn't necessarily need to take this move on, but as long as he can keep Dan Aleman behind, Bertrand Saxer with a brilliant drive is going to book his place through to the final, up 16 places in this superheat, wins superheat 2. Garcia will be on pole position for this afternoon's final. The reigning champion on top here in Franciacorta. Dan Aleman third, Alex Martinez fourth, Gautier San Juan wins the battle for fifth place.
Well, what a race. This has been a good appetizer for more dishes to come this afternoon. This is the kind of race that we like, almost a full grid for the seniors, and battles aplenty with newcomers coming to the fore, so to speak, because Bertrand Saxer has been around for quite a few seasons now, but look at the recovery of 19 positions from Christian Fuente Plaza, the biggest mover. Bertrand Saxer, 16th place, is one of them, but it was beaten in the end in this exercise by the Spaniard up to P14 in the end. Bertrand Saxer pulling out the result he needed to secure that qualifying for the final phase in front of Aaron Garcia. On pole position for the last race of the weekend from Dan Aleman, Alex Martinez, Gautier San Juan, Zayev Rekal, Gabriel Stilp, Elias Lehmann, Clément Autran, and Aaron Wida running up the top 10. 11th place for Neil Russell, from Matthias Van der Kerkhove, Otto Paikonen, followed by Christian Fuente Plaza, Max Yule, Emil Bratten in P16 from Ruben Moya, down in 17 in the end from Hugo Piquion, Lars Venink, Nicolas Reno, Eli Dax, Noel Sundberg, Marc Granada, Julia Bertolini,